This NFL Divisional Playoff Round Props edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is presented by WynnBET. WynnBET is now live in Arizona, Colorado, Indiana, Louisiana, Michigan, New Jersey, New York, Tennessee, and Virginia. From boosted same-game parlays to live in-game odds, WynnBET has what you need to win. Sign up today, bet 100, get 100 at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WynnBET. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WYNNBET. State restrictions apply.
This is Randy Cross. You're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Cox.
He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog.
Oh, I'm anticipating a lit chat. They've been here almost like a delayed baseball game. They've been patiently waiting in their seats.
A little lightning delay. Apologies. Had to figure out some tech stuff on our end.
Lightning is the only thing that can delay this machine.
But we got a hell of an episode coming at you. Of course, make sure you get the NFC and AFC divisional picks podcast that we recorded live in Las Vegas.
Let's be honest. Everyone's coming for the NFC one.
Yes,
I mean,
NFC one was super fire. Shout out to Barrett Brooks, who was a guest, amazing, and got a very special guest coming up here as well. We're gonna give you 5 regular props and 1
hashtag Digits only.
Well, one of my regular props is one of my regular props is 25 to 1.
Sean, I don't know if you saw. I tweeted a picture of the anytime God in the lab analog. Some were surprised.
I was cooking it up. Hey, if you want to cook up some bets, anytime touchdowns, parlays, win, build a bet. Hey, you can only get those win, build a bet over at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WynnBET. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WYNNBET. Bet big, win bigger.
Oh my God!
We've already given out some sweet win, build a bets. More on the way later on in the episode, aka the D-Gens only parlay. And of course, if you hit the longest shot parlay of the week, you get a $1,000 free bet from WynnBET. I mean, come on. If you haven't signed up over at WynnBET yet, I consider it a personal insult. You're spitting in the face of the Sports Gambling Podcast Network if you don't sign up today. SportsGamblingPodcast.com/WYNNBET. Offer subject to change. Terms and conditions at WynnBET.com. Must be 21 or older and present in the state where playthrough WynnBET is available. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700. Joining us on the line, you know her from Sportsline on CBS Sports HQ and the Moxie Bets podcast, part of the Omaha Audio Network. Miss Katie Mox. What's happening, Katie?
The vibes are high. And first of all, look at us. All right. There are 4 teams left in the NFC, and all 3 of us are sitting here together. It feels good to be on this side. And you already know I'm wearing my Brock Hard Purdy t-shirt.
Wow.
Love it.
From the Sports Gambling Podcast Network store. Get your t-shirt today.
Oh,
I mean, if I wasn't already a big fan of Katie, immediately a sweet merch store plug.
Oh.
You really know how to get to a guy's heart by plugging the merch store right away.
Congratulating Sean on his Eagles.
Yes.
And,
and your
plugging
Giants,
the
Ryan.
merch store.
And your Giants, Ryan. And
wow, Sean, everywhere we travel now, people are congratulating.
It
me
is
about
really
my
funny.
Giants.
I've never seen these Giants fans come out of the woodwork. What caves were these Giants fans living in? All of a sudden, we're walking around Vegas. Hey, Giants, yeah. You guys have got it. Yeah, we're back, baby. Where were you week 1? We were out in Vegas week 1. Ryan was walking around with Giant stuff. Nobody fucking talked to him.
As I've said, Terrell was the only man to hug me.
Terrell was the only guy going, hey, Ryan, yeah, Giants are good. And Katie, loved the new studio setup. You got some badass Gambling Times
magazines. You
got a photo of your dog Edith. Of course, the Jimmy G bobblehead.
Where's Brock? No Brock Purdy bobblehead.
They don't have the Brock Purdy the bobbleheads.
Yeah, they haven't. They haven't made it yet, but I think the farther that this kid goes, Super Bowl, then I think there's going. I'm gonna first of all, of course, there'll be a Brockhead bobblehead, but they haven't made one yet. Usually, it's the beginning of the season. These are fan gifts that they give you at the game. You go early, you get a bobblehead. So
now it would be funny.
I'm
sure there's a bunch of Trey Lance bobbleheads in storage somewhere. They could just
pop the head off.
Pop the Brock Purdy head on. Hopefully he's wearing a long sleeve shirt. I don't know how they get that to work. But.
Well, you know where those are going to be sent. Where all the other T-shirts of the non-winning teams get sent, and then you see all those kids in third world countries that are wearing the wrong winner.
Hey,
yes, they're going to be wearing the Cincinnati Bengals Super Bowl shirt and
playing with Trey Lance bobbleheads.
And enjoying a Trey Lance bobblehead.
What's next, Sean?
Well, we get to the picks, Ryan, as we always do on the Sports Gambling Podcast. We're going to give out 5 props. Katie, you are the guest. You have the honors. What is your first prop for NFL Divisional Round playoffs?
All right. Well, I'm obviously going to get into the 49ers props a little bit later, but I do like Travis Kelce over 79.5 receiving yards. Now, everybody knows I love a tight end prop. You won't see me on a prop show and not talk about tight ends. And who better to invest in this weekend than Travis Kelce? He's an absolute nightmare matchup for the Jags. I mean, he led the league in everything this year for tight ends, yards, touchdowns, receptions, you name it. And we do know that the Jags are soft against tight ends this season. They have the 5th most yak per reception to the position and the 3rd most yards in general. Travis Kelce is going to run all over them.
In general, the two teams playing on Saturday, very soft against the tight ends. Sean, real proud dad moment seeing Katie roll up here with a tight end prop right away.
Anytime any sort of tight end props really gets me fired up. And I'm gonna take what you're doing with Travis Kelce, which I also like.
Which, by the way, we crushed. Remember that season yardage total when it was like 1,000 yards or whatever? Fools.
So I'm taking it kind of the next level here, and I'm going to. Noah Gray anytime touchdown at plus 500 for the Chiefs. Here's
fading Kelce.
No, it's not a fade of Kelce. I just think there's going to be so many opportunities to get tight ends to get into the end zone. And listen, Andy Reid has an extra week to prepare. Andy Reid in a playoff game. This is when you see the super cute stuff from Andy Reid. Noah Gray. I wish we could predict Noah Gray to receive. This is when Travis Kelce's going to throw for a passing touchdown to Noah Gray. This is where we get the weird stuff. And Noah Gray's on the field 58% of the snaps consistently through the season. He's always good for at least one catch. And at plus 500, I really like the price. And as Katie nailed it, the Jags are horrible against tight ends. It's good for Travis Kelce. And I think there's even going to be a little meat left on the bone for old Noah Gray.
And breaking news, but the part of the reason we fired our GM in the Dynasty League was the release of Noah Gray.
Oh, really?
We did draft Noah Gray in the first place, which was pretty sharp, but then we also dropped him. So shame on us.
Katie, maybe you can take over our Dynasty League.
Oh, you don't want anything? No, you do not.
We've given up on it. I would not recommend it, but one of the listeners will take it over.
But if you are in a Dynasty content, check out the SGPN fantasy feed. We got you covered all off season, Sean. All right, you want me to start with this one? I got a banger. I'm going a little out of. You know what? I'll put my Chiefs prop first. I am shocked to see these McKinnon props. I even gave you I gave you honors because I know you were so high on him all week to take this. But what are we doing here? I can't figure out which one to play. Do I play the receiving yards? Do I play the rushing yards for Jerick McKinnon? Do I just play everything? Sean, why is he being disrespected? The rush prop total is 25.5.
Wait, what?
25.5. That's why I said the ladder. Shout out to a friend of the program, Scott Bowser. He was hitting me up this morning because, of course, we have our pre-playoff weekend ladder conversations on Friday. So he was sending over the slideshow material, aka Jerick McKinnon ladder. You can go over 80 for 7-1, 70 yards, 470. His standard prop is 20. What did I just say? 24, 22.5. It's in 25.5. It's in.
Yeah,
CEH is back. Whoa.
I'm with you, Jerick McKinnon. And
so which way would you play? Receiving, rushing, or like total yards?
Both.
Yeah,
both. Okay, Katie's saying wheel it. I like that.
I'm with Katie on it.
Totally.
I don't. They clearly just want to get him in the game, so maybe just go rushing. Yeah, go
I
to the
specifically
combo.
like the matchup on the ground.
It is annoying though when you bet like a running back or a guy like McCaffrey or Debo, where you bet one side of it and then they end up getting like you bet them rushing and then they end up just getting a ton of receiving yards.
So should I just play the combo?
He's just going to be involved.
Yes.
So I think you're good on either probably, but I would play the total ones.
Katie says combo. I think it was. I don't know. I'll look it up while Katie's talking about her next prop. I think it was 59.5.
Katie, what's your next prop? What else you got here?
I don't know if you're gonna like it, Sean.
Oh no.
But well, first of all, I should get this out in the open that I'm on the G-Men this weekend.
I know.
I'm on team Cram Dog.
I played the clip for Ryan and I just said E2 Brutus. It was just stab me in my back.
Well, I did hear from Moonoff. There was some kind of comment that you made calling us Niners fan idiots. So I don't know if that pushed me in this direction.
I may have said Moonoff was an idiot.
A little birdie.
Nice work,
told
Moonoff.
Me something about that. Okay, so I'm going to take Jalen Hurts under his rush attempts. This is at 8.5. This is at plus money, plus 118. So he's averaged over this number, of course, throughout the season, about 11 per game. That said, the Eagles had virtually no designed runs for him in week 18. He did have 9 attempts there, but he only had 7 in the week 14 matchup. I do think that your Eagles are going to run the ball a lot because Ryan knows who's bad at stopping the run. It's the Giants. They rank the last against the run in multiple categories. However, because Jalen might not be on the injury report, it doesn't mean that he's 100%. And I think they're going to keep him in the pocket because you're going to want him healthy if you're going to face the 49ers, hopefully on your side in the championship final. So I feel like they're going to keep him in the pocket more. I don't see him getting out. So I'm going to take him under the 8.5 attempts.
That's not I'm not personally insulted. I would worry about your bet because as we know, kneel downs do count as rushing attempts. So when they're kneeling it out to end the game, as someone who got screwed by Patrick Mahomes in the Super Bowl.
Well, let's talk about this because
he intentionally.
But I'm not doing yards. I'm only doing
yards,
attempts. The kneel downs don't affect the attempts, do they?
Yeah,
I think
I'm going to explain to you
count,
why they do. If you played the Dan Jones ladder last week, he had 13 carries for 82 yards on actual rushes. But he strangely had 4 carries for -4 yards or -5 yards on 4 kneel downs. 1 kneel down to end the first half, 3 at the end of the game. They do count as carries. They also would have fucked you out of a nice ladder payout there. So yeah, Sean, but you also have like for a quarterback to have more than a kneel down is still pretty rare. I mean, the way that games end now, it's not always. They're gonna go out there and kneel it down 3 times. So yeah, it's a risk though. I mean, Sean's pretty high on them. I know the Eagles to be up.
Well,
big
Sean, how do you feel about Jalen Hurts? Because you know that he's not 100%.
Where's the
Are you a little bit nervous about him taking a bad hit?
He doesn't know that. He thinks he's 100%.
No, I know he's 100%. He is a 100% rare breed, untamed. He is dialed in. So whatever Jalen Hurts needs to do to win this game, I'm confident he's gonna do it. If it means running, I think he will. But to your point, I don't think they call as many designed runs, at least to start the game,
because he's sore.
Again. He's not on the injury report, right?
So they need I don't know to last. If they win that game and they go to face the 49ers, they
don't have to go to face anywhere because if they win the game, everyone's coming through Philly.
Yes. Worth noting.
Yes.
Worth noting.
Yeah.
The first time in that Week 14 matchup, they played the Eagles. They did not have Big Cat Williams next to Dexter Lawrence, so they were able to do a lot of double teams.
Sexy Dexy.
Exactly. So worth noting. Worth noting. Yeah. Anyway, I'll stay. You know what? Let's stay in that game. And I was gonna come in here and be like, all right, let's piss Sean off with a Jalen Hurts to throw a pick plus 120. That price isn't correct because in his last 2 games, he's thrown for 0 touchdowns and 3 interceptions, including against the Giants scrubs. But I found a better way to play it. Dan Jones takes care of the ball. Dan Jones not going to throw an interception. Jalen Hurts to have more interceptions than Dan Jones is plus 190.
Ooh.
It's a horrible price.
Where did I find that? Oh my goodness!
You should be getting
That's right.
20 to 1 for that rare occurrence to happen, Ryan.
Well, okay.
While
Dan
we're-
Jones, top of the table when it comes to interception rate. This year.
I mean, let's look at the
This year.
Vikings. Don't the 2 good games Daniel Jones had were
Hey,
against
Katie,
the
I
Vikings.
heard that this year.
I'm sticking in this game. Give me Kramer did kind of convince me on Devonta Smith having a pretty good game. Dug a little deeper.
Yes.
Devonta Smith receiving yards ladder is very tempting. So, split it up however you want to do it, but 80 receiving yards plus is plus 158, 90 receiving yards plus 225, and then 100 receiving yards plus 320. 4 of his last 6 games, he's gone over 100 yards. I wouldn't be surprised if they roll coverage over to Devonta Smith, to AJ Brown, and it creates opportunities for Devonta Smith and Dallas Goedert. Giants against the second receiver. I think there's going to be a big opportunity. So give me the Devonta Smith receiving ladder.
Are you worried at all that I just baited you like Mike Leach with the fake play sheet in that Texas Oklahoma game, and I fed you down a path of.
No, I think they both have big games in the same way, Ryan, that Devonta Smith and AJ Brown both had 1,000 receiving yards this season because they had an MVP quarterback. I expect them both to have big games, so I think they could both go over 100 yards.
And the linchpin of if Devonta Smith gets put into a body bag like he would have 10 years ago in the NFL, instead Julian Love runs by like a
just an amazing
moron,
and he completely whiffed.
But holy crap, that was the game the first time. I do like the matchup. Although I will say a buzz around the Giants is suggesting that Adoree Jackson could actually shadow Smith, and they'll do some double coverage stuff with Brown.
Now, is that the same reliable source that leaked out Dan Jones wouldn't be starting?
No.
Final week?
No, that was that source was my
Katie
heart.
liked that?
My heart.
All right.
No, this was a real source.
Katie, next prop. What do you got for us?
All right. Yeah. All right. Well, I might as well go in order here. So we'll go Bengals, Bills.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you're going to bet on any kicker this weekend, it might as well be Evan McPherson. I'm going to take him over 2.5 made extra points. It's at plus 146. So I'm already on the over for this game. Buffalo's defense has not been as stout as we've expected them to be. I mean, they just gave up 31 points to Miami, and Josh Allen's turnover habit against a quarterback like Joe Cool, it's going to be a big problem. I like the Bengals to get at least 3 scores here. And then when you have a guy with a nickname like Money Mac, he's going to make all of those field goals. So plus 146 for him to make, not field goals, extra points for 3 touchdowns. I know he didn't make one over the Ravens last weekend, but plus 146. This guy, if you remember last year, he went 4 for 4 on field goals in every single playoff game. Money Mac.
He was dialed in. And that's a fun way to, like, an alternate way to play the team total, assuming you think he's pretty reliable. And he already got his miss out of the way. So wait, it's over. Yeah. It's plus 146 at over 2.5 extra points made.
Extra points.
Yeah, that's a great way to play. Essentially, their team total would be 20. You're playing a team total of 21 because you need those 3 extra points.
Yeah, and you gotta hope doesn't come out with a Maher.
Yeah,
fixed job.
The Maher yips. I think Maher probably got out all the fun extra points missed for
every
the entire
kicker
playoffs.
is just like, oh shit, man. Well, at least just can't do that.
And maybe if they go for 2, but again, we had Adam on, who's a huge Bills fan. He predicted 44-40. Like, he saw it as a massive shootout. Woo. I don't know if it's going to get that high, but to your point, I do like the Cincinnati offense to be able to put up points. So. Yeah, that's a fun way to play their team total. I like that. Kramer, what do you got?
I was gonna try to stay away from too many props from the Giants game, but I gotta put this second one out there because, like I said, last time they played, Leonard Big Cat Williams was not on the field, and especially the way that Jalen Hurts is certainly going to be moving around a little bit. Dexter Lawrence is the penetrate guy. Leonard Williams is going to be there.
He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
He's not typically a sack guy, but I like him in this game with all the attention that Lawrence will certainly get to help the undersized Kelce block him.
All pro Jason Kelce?
Over a
Hall of Fame Jason Kelce?
He's a great center, but he's just tiny compared to big sexy Dexty. A lot of girth. Leonard Williams over a quarter sack. So we just need a half here.
I'll take your action.
Plus 225.
I'll take it. Let's go.
Okay.
I'm going over to the Bills-Bengals game again. I gave this out the first time the Bills and Bengals played. Obviously, the game ended up being canceled, but before it did, Reggie Gilliam got a red zone catch. Now, again, I'm a backup tight end aficionado. Reggie Gilliam, I think, is a live dog to get a touchdown. He had a red zone catch in that voided game, and they love him near the end zone.
Sean, we need 2 calendars. One is the first touchdown, any touchdown, like God calendar, and one is like the up and coming batch of first and anytime touchdown.
Dude, Reggie Gilliam gets red zone looks, and he's 25-1 anytime touchdown. Anytime. That's insane. And Cole Beasley, who we gave out on the pregame show on Saturday, hit at 12-1. Now that price is all the way down to plus 490. So you're getting some of the in the same way, like similar type thing they ran for Cole Beasley. They throw the ball all the time, even in like near the goal line. So I love it. Reggie Gilliam anytime.
Did you include that you're on a heater with this handicap?
I am on a heater on these anytime touchdowns.
Wow.
It's really been
Katie, I kid you not.
I'm not one to brag.
I kid you not. After hitting a bunch in the first game and in the Bills-Dolphins game last week, and then that first Kirk Cousins touchdown, Sean straight up was not interested in football. He had won so much money. Like 10 minutes into the middle game of the day, he was just cooked.
Yeah.
I just had a cigarette and was like, hey, I already hit Kirk Cousins 10-1. And then I just spent the first quarter being mad that I was a pussy for not playing first touchdown at 41-1. And I go, I already walked away with a nice bag in this game. I don't care. Bring on the Giants. All right, Katie.
That's what always happens to me, though. Every time I take an anytime touchdown score and they score first.
Oh,
that's
why were you such a wimp?
Yes.
And like Dalton Schultz. I had Dalton Schultz for an anytime touchdown on the Monday night game, and then he got the first one. And then I was also like, why didn't you take him for more than one, for 2? It's like, it's all the tight ends. These tight ends are getting multiple touchdowns per game.
She's learning. And by the way, Sean, you were accidentally nodding while she was talking about a Dalton Schultz touchdown. We'll have to edit the video to have
Yeah, we can blur my face on that. I was just trying to be supportive.
Anytime. I mean, he has become Dak's favorite guy in the red zone.
Yeah. No, again, if you like a guy to get a touchdown, sprinkle him a little on the first touchdown.
80-20 rule is a good one.
Yeah.
80% on the anytime.
Nothing crazy, but a little bit there. All right, Katie, what's your next prop?
All right. Well, I can't wear a Brock Hard Purdy shirt.
There you go.
And not give you a Brock Hard Purdy prop. So one, I like him to throw no picks.
Ooh.
Under 0.5 interceptions. Yes, I know Dallas is the best defense that Purdy will have faced this season, and they lead the league in takeaways with 33. However, all the 49ers need Brock Purdy to be is a game manager and just pass the ball off to his many weapons of mass destruction. I think it's going to be a lot of running the ball because they're not very good at stopping the run. And, there may be a little bit of nerves for Brock Purdy. So I can see a lot of, passing the ball off in the beginning. I don't think that he throws a pick in this game. And I also I know I just said they're running, they're going to hand the ball off a lot. I like him over 1.5 passing touchdowns too, because he hasn't played a game where he hasn't got at least 2 passing touchdowns.
I love the confidence.
We're Brock Hard over here.
Brock Hard. What do you think about Kittle? It does feel like he's due to go back to Kittle. Kittle didn't have a massive game last time they played Dallas in the playoffs, but it does seem like there's a George Kittle, Brock Purdy connection. What's your George Kittle take?
He had a disappointing game in the last game. So I agree with you. He's been just like Brock Hard. They've had this Iowa connection. I don't know about the corn that they were eating, but I feel like it really connected them in like a very special way out there in Iowa. And so he was having all these great games, and then it wasn't so much in the last one. So I do think that they get George Kittle involved. As you guys know, when you watch these games, as soon as you get Kittle involved, that's when the offense just opens up. So I always like his receptions. For some reason, they keep pricing it low or putting the bar low at 3.5. It should really be 4.5. Now, I don't know what it is on this game, but if it's still 3.5, I would definitely do that. And Kittle for an anytime touchdown, you got to do it.
Oh yeah,
you gotta.
I have heard corn is used in the hazing process in Iowa, so we'll have to check in on that. I don't know if you eat it or other things are done.
No,
with it.
I mean,
also breaking. Perhaps a way to play this, Katie, a way to augment your approach to Brock Purdy not throwing a pick. Sean, this blew my mind. Brock Purdy to have fewer interceptions than Dak Prescott.
Yeah, what do we got that at?
Oh,
Minus 125. Well, you're really betting on more. So you're taking Dak to have more minus 125. This is a man whose anytime interception price is like minus 155.
Yeah, it's like I went to
I
play
love
this.
that. And by the way, Dak, what is he? The co-lead in the league for the most
Exactly.
interceptions.
He
this year, and
actually was the
for 8 games.
Yeah, he actually was the single season leader. I know because we congratulated him a number of
Well,
times.
and fun fact, Josh Allen, they finally got his price right.
Really,
See,
what's he at?
minus 150.
Yeah, so I'm not touching those.
Yeah.
But just, you know, and actually fair transition, Sean, to my next prop, because I you guys, Katie got excited already into the San Francisco game. I didn't even give you my Josh Allen prop.
What's your Josh Allen?
I went to the interception. I was like minus 150. They must listen to the show finally. All right. I think Cincinnati is going to sit back and let Josh Allen pick them apart with short shit.
Yeah.
Under 38.5 longest completion.
Ooh.
38.5 yards. Sorry. Longest completion.
Well, it does seem like Miami almost had an opposite strategy where they pressed on the short stuff and let him go deep, and
That will not be Cincinnati.
it doesn't seem like what. Yeah.
And I will obviously we're gonna have to. This is gonna be a fun bet too because we're gonna sweat it because he's gonna sling it. You know, there's gonna be.
Oh, there's definitely gonna be some 40-yard
How many passes
attempts.
will I have to sweat here? Yeah, I'm betting against it. I think maybe he'll throw a long interception or two, but definitely not a completion to his team. Josh Allen under 38.5 yards, longest completion.
Going back to 49ers Dallas, I felt great about this prop, but then I saw Cousin Mush in the chat is also on the same prop. Not gonna let it scare me off. Giving out Deebo Samuel over 15.5 rushing yards. I just like
Seems too easy.
Did you watch
Why is it 15.5? That's so low.
I mean,
10 carries, 72 yards. I think was the line last year in the playoffs.
I think he had 3 for 32. He can easily get this on one carry. I think he's probably good for 3 to 4 carries, and he is just running. I mean, this is an eye test thing. Like just watching this dude, he runs incredibly hard. And I think if there's any adjustment as to what the 49ers do offensively, it would be maybe slightly less passing, more rush attempts. And I think that's great for a guy like Deebo, and then going out of their way to get Kittle more involved and opening up the offense. But either way, this is great news for Deebo Samuel. 15.5 rushing yards. Like just the way he ran alone,
and the way, and just to pile on, I mean, I saw it might have been Baldy, it might have been someone else on Twitter highlighting some formations where Deebo was in the backfield and Christian McCaffrey was lined up at tight end.
I think they're going to do a lot of that.
Hold on, how excited were you? I mean, when that happened, Katie, how excited were you? Christian McCaffrey lined up at the tight end position.
You know, it's like you can't even get that excited anymore because it seems like every single snap, it's a different cool thing, and the way that Shanahan is utilizing all of these plays, it's like, yeah, I was excited, but then it's also like, okay, let's see that it's like the bar keeps getting raised higher and higher, so we're just kind of like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
That's great talent everywhere, as she said.
Real quick, before we go on, shout out to Underdog Fantasy. That's right, still time to get in their divisional playoff best ball. They also have their battle royale format. It's like DFS meets snake draft, super fun to play. They also got daily games for the NBA and the NHL. So many ways to win over at Underdog Fantasy. And if you use the promo code SGPN, 100% deposit match up to $100 on your first deposit. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code SGPN to get your deposit bonus today. All right, I have one prop left. What do you next prop for you, Katie? What do you got?
So I'm going to take Nick Bosa, who is the rightful defensive player of the year, over 3.5 tackles and assists. For some reason, this is at plus 116.
Wow.
You mean to tell me that Nick Bosa is not going to get some Bosa bear hugs on Dak Prescott? Of course he is. Over 3.5. That's all we need for tackles and assists. And it's at plus money. Give me that all day long. He's a game wrecker, which we know. He had 37 total tackles against the NFC just this season, 29 of those all by himself, 12.5 sacks just in the NFC. And we do know that this game is going to be won in the trenches. And I am really excited to see Nick Bosa versus Micah Parsons and kind of seeing them go against each other. Because I do feel like it's going to be like anything you could do, I could do better. Like they're just going to come in and try to outdo themselves. But of course, Nick Bosa is going to win this one. He had 5 total tackles last week versus the Seahawks. And, the Cowboys O-lineman, Jason Peters, he's likely ruled out with a hip injury, which isn't going to help them at all. So I like Nick Bosa to just have a game here. And if you can get him over 3.5 tackles and says at plus money, like, let's do it.
What is the fuck, marry, kill? Is it Bosa, McCaffrey, and Purdy, or does Kittle get in there?
Oh, well, Jimmy G is obviously, she probably wouldn't even joke around about putting Jimmy G in that game. He's on like a separate category.
You'd have to marry Jimmy G.
Yes.
Wait, who am I doing this with?
I didn't include Jimmy G, but obviously you married.
Kill, Jimmy G, Christian McCaffrey, and George Kittle.
Oh, this is not nice. All right, you got to marry Jimmy G, right?
Yes,
you want him around forever. Okay, so it's not just like a one night thing. So we marry Jimmy G. I feel like George Kittle would be a fun little one night stand. So we'll go George Kittle. Oh no, I don't want to kill Christian McCaffrey. I can't kill any of them.
Christian McCaffrey might be lame as fuck though. Christian McCaffrey might be super lame.
Yeah.
Like Kittle's definitely going to be more exciting.
He's more fun.
I mean, that's who I would.
All right, fine. Fine. We'll kill Christian McCaffrey, but after the Super Bowl.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, wait till his contract's up. Talking about the 49ers defense, my next prop, Zeke Elliott, longest rush, under 11.5 yards. Yeah. This is insane. First off, the 49ers are only allowing 79.2 rush yards per game. Obviously, that's one of their strengths. Even if Jerry has his way and says, "Hey, feed our big boy Zeke," I mean, Tony Pollard's rushing prop is comically higher than Zeke's. Zeke's total rush yards is set at 34.5, and his longest rush yard is set at 11, or longest carry is 11.5. That makes no sense to me. And San Francisco, best in the league at not allowing yards after contact, and that's the only way Zeke gets yards is contact, and then he's just such a fat ass, like he's tough to take down. But it's not like Pollard where there's actually space. And then coming back to Katie's other point of Jason Peters being out with a hip injury, the fact that they were even playing Jason Peters, like Jason Peters, the Eagles, he was a legend for the Eagles. He was too old, he couldn't play. They got rid of him. The Bears, the most desperate team for offensive line, helped sign him. He couldn't cut it on the Bears. And then they signed him off the street. Like the fact that he's still playing is a horrible sign for their offensive line, their O-line depth. So I'm on under longest rush here for Zeke.
Nice.
Kramer, what do you got?
All right. We were discussing Brock Purdy earlier, and I absolutely think he's a gamer. I do think there's an element of dog that the NFL scouts are going to have to adjust their process. Because they missed on this dude, and I know he's going to make some. I don't know if he plays the clean game. Katie thinks he plays, but I do think with that pass rush, he's going to have to run. And I was shocked to see the rushing yards at 6.5. That's insane. That's one scramble. And
we gave out on the pregame show last week. We gave out Brock Purdy anytime touchdown.
I feel like it was 7.5.
Yeah, it was like 650. Oh, his rush yards.
Yeah, no, that's
but I'm saying I do think he runs again too. Yeah.
Yeah, I just think
I do too.
He gets it, and that's one rush. So over Brock Purdy, 6.5 rushing yards.
All right. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm on board with that 100%. All right, time for everyone's favorite.
#Legends Only.
Prop bets. Kramer, do you want to start? What do you got for the D-Gens Only? The win, build your own bet, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/win bet. Build your own amazing bet.
All right, so I thought about doing something in the Giants and Eagles game, make it special, but that seemed ridiculous when there were only 8 games and I could just very easily pick a touchdown score in each game. Right? Pretty simple.
So a 4-team parlay.
So no. Each team. So 8
leg.
8 leg touchdown score.
All right.
And I wanted to kind of make it very on brand with where we were as a podcast this week. So to start, we're going to go to the first game, and we know Kadarius Toney is getting some of those cute plays in the red zone that he gets every week. Going to throw his anytime in with who? Jamal motherfucking Agnew. Ooh. Doug Peterson's going to know that Andy Reid's going to come out with the cuteness and say, I got my own fucking cuteness. Jamal Agnew, by the way, over 5.5 rushing yards or receiving yards. One of those. Very delightful, interesting play there. Anyway, those 2 touchdowns. So we're already at a crazy 28, plus 2817. But then we go to the Giants Eagles game, and what have I been saying all week? Richie James. We add his anytime with Dallas Goedert because the Giants they know how to give up a touchdown to the tight end. We then head over to the Buffalo Cincinnati game. Joe Mixon. I gave out Joe Mixon to score 3 touchdowns, so you know I like him to score 1. And then we're also going to put in James Cook, a guy that we discussed, like specifically in this matchup against this team. I like his opportunity to find the end zone. And then lastly, we go over to Katie's San Francisco 49ers and the Dallas Cowboys. And Sean's probably wondering, you fucking played a Cowboy to score a touchdown. No, I did not. Oh, George Kittle anytime and the San Francisco 49er defense to score a touchdown. Yes, sir. Those simple 8 things happen, right? 8 things need to happen on this weekend. 8 things. And we're going to get paid out to the tune of 4,178 to 1. You get a car. 4,000. I mean, that's worth what? Like a $2 horse bet, pizza bets, as Bowser calls
it. Small
Sean,
sprinkle.
Send a note over the wire. We need to get down heavy on this. I'm thinking, come on, let's $100. It's worth $100 to win 40 grand.
Yeah.
Wait,
toss a couple bucks on it.
Sorry, not 40 grand.
400.
400. No. 4 million.
4 million.
4 million.
All right.
100 pays 4.177 million. All right, so maybe $10.
Oh, sign me up.
Yeah, come on. I mean, who's not getting invested in this? We need a fund. We need to figure that out.
We need our SGPN slush fund.
The D-Gen fund.
The D-Gen fund. The greatest hedge fund of all time. Katie, what do you got for a D-Gen's only bet?
I should have gone last.
For those who like to participate in the dark arts. Ryan completely shot his wad.
Well, there's just a bet, and then I have a parlay kind of similar to yours. For one, the 49ers to win all 4 quarters is at plus 1,600.
Yes.
And to me, Dallas is going to just get demolished on this one. So plus 1,600 for the 49ers to win all 4 quarters. Let's go ahead and do that. But why don't we also do a little tight end special, right? We like tight ends on this show. For anytime touchdowns, Kelce, Goddard, Kittle, and Dawson Knox plus 3,391. All get a touchdown.
Ooh, okay, so plus 3,391. That's not 100. It's going to pay you $3,300, Sean.
Love it.
I'm not mad
3 million.
at that.
3 million.
Dude, Katie reran the numbers. It's coming up 3 million. Okay, so here for my D-Gens only bet. Boston.
Did you adjust it since I gave out?
No.
Okay.
Because mine's gonna happen, Ryan. Boston Scott anytime touchdown again. These are just this Boston Scott section. This is off to the side.
We're in a simulation
because again, you have to play Boston Scott anytime touchdown. He's never had a game against the Giants where he hasn't scored a touchdown. Everyone's on it, and everyone's smart. They're gonna get paid. He has 10 touchdowns in 8 games against the Giants.
This is all true.
He only has
in the regular season.
He only has 16 career touchdowns. He also has a multi-touchdown game, so I like him at 2 touchdowns at 40 to 1. That is not my D-Gens only bet. That is just a public service announcement. My D-Gens only bet is, like I said earlier, I like Noah Gray at plus 500. I'm going to parlay that Noah Gray anytime touchdown with a member of the Philadelphia Eagles. Let me introduce you to Jack Stoll. Also, another a backup tight end. As you know, the Giants are horrible against the tight end. As Katie mentioned, Jalen Hurts was injured. He's no longer injured. They may be a little less hesitant to run some stuff near the goal line, aka create some opportunities for a guy like Jack Stoll, who played well in relief of Dallas Goedert in that game against the Giants. Jack Stoll's anytime touchdown is plus 1,700. I like them individually, but I also like them parlayed together. Plus 107.00, aka $100 bet pays you $10,700. Let's go.
Jack Doyle and Jack Stoll in
Yeah.
Revenge of the Tight Ends.
Well, and my wife's out of town, so I am able to watch
wow.
the entire season 3 of Jack Ryan. So it's gonna, or wait,
Wow.
Jack Ryan or Jack Reacher?
It's solid.
Okay.
No, Jack Ryan.
Whatever it is,
It's
I'm gonna be
awesome.
watching it on Amazon.
I already finished it, Sean. Rarely do I beat you to the end of a TV show.
Yeah,
I'm
what
gonna,
the hell?
I'm gonna
Ryan's
take
actually
this-
watching TV shows.
No, just that one. It's over. Done
Katie.
watching TV shows.
Awesome. Always enjoy having you on the show. Check her out on
Thanks,
Twitter
guys.
at Katie Mox. Where else? Give out all your plugs. Where can people catch you?
So you can catch me nightly, Monday through Thursday on Sportsline, which is on CBS Sports HQ, which you can watch on Paramount Plus or the CBS Sports app or CBSSports.com. I'm also on Moxie Bets, which we have a lot of DGens come on. Thank you guys for loaning your great staff out to us. We're not loaning them out to us. They come freely, but still, you know what I'm saying. Moxie Bets Monday, Wednesday, Friday with Omaha, and that's on ESPN's YouTube channel. And then, I pop up here every once in a while and other places,
yeah.
but that's where you can find me.
Hell yeah. And CBS Sports HQ also available on YouTube TV. So we always have it up here on God's Eye.
Yeah, God's Eye checks in on you from time to time, Katie.
Yes, 100%. And reminder, toss us a nice
Thanks,
rating
guys.
review, of course. Over on Apple Podcasts, we'll be picking a winner on the Sunday recap show.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For the Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean, second the money green, and he is Ryan.
Sean, excellent episode. Best of luck, Katie.
Kramer, let
Best of luck to you guys too. We'll
ride.
see who the Niners see next week, huh?